In today's episode on WarpDriveM, we are going to continue working on the 7 series. I received some parts, of course are missing some others, but I have a package on the way, so I hope I will receive everything by the end of this video. So let's start fixing everything. In the last video I've cleaned up the cooling system because it was full of rust. I'm going to put some footage in here if you want to see how terrible it was. I replaced the belts, I fixed the servo pump. In fact, I just had to replace the belt and to tension the belt on the steering wheel pump because the belt was cracked, was loose and wasn't grabbing all the time. Like I said, I've cleaned all the water system. Now we have clean water. We just have to replace that with antifreeze, but I didn't have the parts for the thermostat. Now I received the parts for the thermostat, and I received the parts for the gasket for the engine cover. We have in here the thermostat for this car. The part number you will find it in here. Oops, just a second. Now in the shadow. See that? This is a BMW original part. I have the gasket in here, but of course something else is missing. I don't have the gasket on the thermostat housing, so I can remove the thermostat, but I'm pretty sure the gasket will break, so I don't have that gasket. So we have to wait on that as well. But we are going to replace the engine gasket because we received that, and maybe this one will help. The part number in here. So no more talking, let's start removing everything in the way and let's replace the gasket. The engine cover is out and I've already tested the new gasket, so it's a perfect fit. Clearly you can see it's a perfect fit, but the good part is that the engine is still looking sharp. See that? Because this car was receiving an oil change every 2000 kilometers, something like that, and if the car was sitting after the first start, I replaced the engine all the time. So everything seems to be just fine in here. That's why the engine is running perfect. Now we have to clean everything in here. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to take all the debris out. We are going to use some silicone, as you can see in here, where the timing chain cover is in here, and a little bit in the back because there is little to no access when you put the gasket, and that's why we don't want to have any kind of leaks. The biggest leak was in here and was dripping on this plate, and after that on the exhaust, but we had some oil leaks in here as well. Either way, we are going to replace it with a new one. I've already drained the water, and I just have to wait to receive just one gasket like this one from here. See that? I didn't receive that, and apparently they don't make any other gasket like that because the materials were, I think, asbestos was the first gasket, and that's why nobody makes this one anymore. But I think I found somewhere. I just have to receive that, and other than that it's perfect. I've cleaned all the oil from underneath, and for now no oil drips, nothing. Let's hope it was just the residual oil from the gasket and from other stuff. Not really sure, but we are going to put everything back, drive the car, and check once again for leaks. I've managed to put the new gasket back. I've used some silicone right up in there. Let me show you. On the lower side of the engine, I've put a little bit of silicone to be sure that we don't have any kind of leak in there, because the leak was coming from here and I managed to see that. Very hard to put the camera in there. Right on that corner was leaking down onto the exhaust, on the climate compressor and under the car. So that's done. I have to check another leak in here from underneath, and now I just have to put everything back together. I have to leave like this for 4 hours at least, till the rubber is going to be hard enough. After that we are going to put some antifreeze. I know we don't have the gasket for the thermostat, but I have to drive the car for inspection because I have an appointment, and I'm going to use antifreeze. I'm not going to let any water in the system. We are going to use antifreeze, and after we have all the parts for the thermostat, we can do that job separately. And I think other than that, it's done. Let's put everything back together. Everything put back together. This is an update after 2 or 3 hours. I think it's more than enough for the silicone to be dry, and I can feel in here that it's dry. I'm going to connect the battery. We have antifreeze in there. I'm going to take some water with me because I'm pretty sure I have to pour some more after the engine will be warm and the thermostat will open. And let's go for a drive to see if we have any kind of leak or not. For now everything is dry underneath, everything is put back together. Let's check it. We are on the test drive with the 7 series. I'm always checking the temperature. I don't have any new lights on the dash or any kind of light on the dash. And now we are going to drive the car a little bit just to burn everything that's on the exhaust, like brake cleaner, what I've used in there, and some other stuff. We are going to check for leaks, of course, and I think we are ready for inspection. So let's see if this car has some power or not. Still have something under the hood. Nice. It's really a joy to drive this car. I think it's ready for inspection. I'm not really sure because I couldn't find any kind of oil leak on the left side, on the driver's side. Oh, just a second to close the window. Whoa. Sketchy stuff. Now we can talk. So like I said, I couldn't find any kind of oil leak on the left side, and I'm a little bit worried because I'm not really sure from where comes that oil leak. Maybe it's not coming anymore, not really sure. But after this drive we are going to park the car in the garage, check it once again. I can see that the thermostat is working because we have a normal temperature, everything is fine. So we just have to check the oil leak. Another problem, check this out. We have a brake fluid leak. See that? In there we have to remove the wheel to see from where it's coming, but this one is dry. I didn't even notice this, but it seems to be dry. Yep, let's park the car once again in the garage to see from where we have that brake fluid. Seems to be like brake fluid. Not really sure what else could be, but we have to check. I took the wheel out, I've cleaned everything. You can still see the line from the, I'm not sure what it is, but because it looks like oil. I've washed from underneath everything, and I hope and I think that the brake parts cleaner was splashing into the wheel and the wheel arch, and all these remainings are from underneath, because how I washed everything. I've cleaned in here the brake caliper, everything. I'm going to press the brake a few times to see if we have any kind of leak, but the brake light, the brake hose is new. The pipe is the original one, but it's in very good shape and it doesn't have any kind of leak. It's completely dry. So all this is from somewhere else. I've installed the wheel, I've pressed the brake, and something is leaking. It's not leaking from the brake part at all, but it's leaking from here. Check this out. This is the reservoir from servo pump from the steering wheel. Not really sure why it's pushing out the fluid when you press the brake, because you have a brake fluid in there. So we have to check this for sure. Let's take some fluid out and try again. I've come with the car at the washing station. I've washed the whole wheel, the inside. I washed in here as well everything that was leaking from here, from the reservoir. It's just water now. We are going to drive the car now. We are going to check if we still have something on the wheel or not, but as far as I can see, there is nothing. Back from the washing station, I've cleaned all the wheels inside on the engine bay as well. Everything is clean now, no new leaks or stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that was from the power steering reservoir, because you saw that it was overflowing. It works on the same vacuum as the brake pedal, kind of strange. But now everything is dry. I washed in here as well. Everything is completely dry without any kind of fluid. Now we have antifreeze. I wanted to show you, but it's very hot and a lot of pressure in there. We have new gasket. Everything is completely dry in there. I just have to follow these days on this wheel if we have a leak or not, but I'm pretty sure there is no leak. See that, completely dry underneath as well, no leak whatsoever. Power steering wheel works, everything works. Now I have to leave the car in here because I have to take the Peugeot to carry some stuff, but I think we are going to continue in the next episode when we are driving to inspect. If you want to see more progress on this one, join me for the next episode. If you like this episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, as usual, thumbs down. Until next time, see you later.